Hiya.
Hello.
Welcome to the Geeky Girls Knit podcast. I'm Cece, also known as Java Pearl.
I'm Dammy, also known as Dammy's Doodles.
And we're glad to have you today. Today is Thursday, the 1st of August, 2019. And this is episode 356. We'd like to say a big welcome back. We love you guys. To all our returning viewers, and a big hiya to any new viewers. Thanks for giving us a shot. We hope you enjoy the show. Why can I not talk today?
It's warm.
Yes. Dammy, if somebody is not a member of our Ravelry group, what should they do and why?
You should join our group on Ravelry. Just hit that join this group button at the top right of the group page and introduce yourself in our introductions thread, because you'll get a shout out in our next episode and to be able to participate in our owls and giveaways.
Yes, and we are announcing the winners of a giveaway later in the podcast, so stay tuned for that. And we have quite a few things to tell you about, so we probably should get started. Here we go.
And now we're going to talk about what's on our needles.
So what's on your needles, Dammy?
So I'm working on my next pattern for my Hadestown collection. Let's see how long it takes me to knit this one and decide whether or not I like it. This is the Persephone wrap. It's on US 6's 4mm needles. And the yarn is yarn that I've had for forever and only just started using it now. I'm sorry. So this is Wild Happy color, authentic base in the Dammy's Muse colorway, because that's what the dyer, Carolyn Robin, I think is her name.
I'm not sure.
Named it.
Show it to them again. It's a lot brighter in person.
A lot brighter, a lot greener, a lot springier.
Yeah.
So when pictures are taken, it won't look kind of like mud. It looks kind of like mud on our camera.
Yeah.
It'll look a lot nicer. It's bright and green.
I wonder if we had something like a black background, if it would. But I don't have
Wearing
anything.
a black skirt, that doesn't count.
That doesn't help.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah. Anyway, it's very pretty in person. That's a little better. That was a little more yellow. Hold it up in front of me.
Oh, that's your optical illusion shirt.
That's a little better. Yes, we were trying to find. I hadn't spilled some coffee.
Hey, looking at that shirt.
Coffee on this shirt last time I wore it, and so when we were doing the laundry, I was trying to show Dammy where it was so that we could put spray and wash on it. And we were both like, we can't see. It's the optical illusion. Is she being like?
She wants to be painted like one of the French cats.
Or she's laying like Jabba the Hutt.
No, she wants to be painted like one of the French cats. I will not have you compare our baby to that monstrosity.
Not that she looks like him, she was just laying in that position that he lays in. That is what I wanted to say. Okay.
She is baby. That's all that's on my needles. What's on your needles? This is how much I've gotten done.
A lot of stuff.
2 rows.
There's a lot of stuff on my needles. So, first up is my summer top, which is a pattern by Streak on US 3 3.25 mil needles and US 4 3.5 mil needles in the Plymouth yarn Lanaza hand dyed in the mauve pink orange colorway. My goal is to be done with this and able to wear it on next week's episode.
Nice.
So, can you show them the red thing? Because that's where I knit from since last week's podcast. Yeah, right there. So I've knit all of that. So this is how much yarn I have left. So I need to, after we record and I'm ready to sit down and knit, I want to reweigh how much I have left, because I think I was getting 12 rows to 14 grams. So I just want to double check it to see exactly how much more I'm going to be able to do, because I want to use as much of the yarn as possible. The next thing I'm working on is my next design project. I'll have 2 coffees and 2 cherry danishes to go please socks. Gilmore Girls reference. On US 1.5, 2.5 mil needles, and the yarn it's all about you Fidal Yourself striping sock in the Cherry Blossoms 2.0 colorway. So it's a 4-color stripe. I will show you the bottom of the foot. So that's how it stripes. And I just need to do just a handful more rows in the cuff, and I'll be done with that, and we'll get it sent out to test knitters soonly. Yeah. I cut a smidge of the yarn out so that it would, after I did the heel, because it helped the stripes lay better. So I just cut a little bit out of that. And then the next thing I'm working on is happy 6th birthday Weiland slippers. These are from my nephew Weiland for his 6th birthday. I'm using the bed peds pattern by Yvonne Mendelsohn on US 5's 3.75 and US 7's 4.5 mil needles. And the yarn is Vitellana Ambient Worsted in the Dawn Blush colorway and Red Heart Soft in the light gray heather colorway. I converted the pattern to be toe up, and I'll show you them in a few minutes, but I am using the same colorways for my nephew Wyatts slippers as well. On Wyatts, I did a rolled cuff in the gray so that they'll be able to tell them apart. So there's the first one done, and I am on the second one. But these knit up super fast. They're going to be too small for you.
They fit on my foot.
Yeah, they're stretchy. They're super stretchy, but they are not near long enough.
Ta-da.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We're having a fun day.
Some days, y'all. Some days. And then my non-knitting stuff, I have my English paper piecing project that I'm working on. Here is this flower. So today I will put in another yellow in here, and then I'll be ready to put a lavender here and then finish filling it out. So let's see. 1, 2. I get so confused. 2, 3. I've already done that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so I should be done with this one by next week and have started on the next set because I've already done the inverse one where it had the green on the outside and the yellow inside.
Why do you have to keep the pins in the middle?
To hold the paper in.
Why do you need the paper in?
Because when you attach the next hexagon, it makes it easier to stitch if you have the paper in, and you don't stitch through the paper, you just stitch right through the top there. So, but like with today, once I put in this hexagon here, I will take the paper out of this one because I won't be attaching anything further to it. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So that's why like some of the paper is already out. And when I first started doing it, I used really tiny pins, and they were driving me mad. I used those because I took a class, and that's what they told us to use, and I was like, this is driving me nuts. They're falling out. They're not long enough. And so I bought longer ones, and so that's much better. And then my obsession with cross stitch, y'all. I'll talk to you more about it in a little bit, but I am getting way too obsessed. I used to do cross stitch before I was a knitter.
Now you do it again.
And now my love has come back for it. So this is the Stay Tender pattern by Junebug and Darlin. I pulled it out of the embroidery hoop and I'm stitching it in hand and loving it so much more. So I finished Stay Tender, and I did one of the poppies, and I've started on the next one. I know what you're going to ask. Why it's outside the circle. Okay. So you can see there's a circle, and you can see the flowers flow outside the circle. The reason she did that is, depending on what size embroidery hoop you put it into display, you may need to stitch just a little farther. So she put that there so that way you wouldn't have to try to figure it out yourself.
And it's kind of confusing because she uses X for stitches, but then these circles and triangles are just to differentiate the colors.
Yes, because if you printed it in black and white, you would need to know the symbols. The modification that I did to this is I used silver instead of gold for the words. There's the first poppy. All done. And I'm using the sewing method, so I'm not doing the where you stick it down and then hand under and pull it out, and then I'm using it where it goes through this needle. where you go through down and back in one thing versus going down and then pulling it through and then going back up from the bottom to the next stitch, which makes it a lot faster stitching. So that's called the sewing method. I've learned all these things since my return to cross stitch, and I showed you all this last week. This is the needlework project bag by Opera Joe of Stitching the High Notes, and I love that it has this vinyl panel so you can see what's in it. And then what I did, I had bought this plaid little pouch from a vendor at Edinburgh Yarn Festival. It says the maker is Nakondo Wool Mill, Scotland, and it's just a little pouch. And I just have like my tiny scissors and a thing of needles, and then the cross stitch floss down in here so that it's just not rolling around in the bottom of this bag. And so I just throw that little pouch in there and it keeps it all organized. So, did I show everything? Yes. Okay, that is everything that I'm working on. So we should move on to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about her finished projects.
Yes. So first up, like I mentioned in the last segment, I finished my nephew Wyatt's birthday socks. He's turning 8 this year. And again, these are not socks, they're slippers. I finished his slippers. Again, this is the Bed Peds pattern by Yvonne Mendelsohn, just converted to be toe up. US 5's 3.75 mil and US 7's 4.5 mil needles. And this is Vitellana Ambient Worsted in the Dawn Blush colorway and Red Heart Soft in the light gray Heather colorway. So you can see the difference that I was saying about. So Wyatts have the rolled cuff and Weiland's have just the traditional ribbing. So that way they'll be able to tell them apart. So there's that. And then the other thing that I finished is my weekly preemie hat. This is number 30 for the year.
Oh, that's cute.
I did this. This is my top-down preemie hat pattern that you can get on Ravelry for free. It's on US 6's 4 mil needles, and the yarn is Brene Softy Baby in the Baby colorway. It's got the traditional pastels. And Lion Brand's Vanna's Choice in the Dusty Purple colorway. And then I did the baby at the bottom as well. So I have the only purple yarn that I have left for knitting for Click for Babies. There's a link in the show notes if you want to know more about it. Is this Dusty Purple colorway, and I think I have enough if I combine it with other yarns to make 2 more hats, and then I will not have any purple preemie hat yarn left, which is fine because I've knit a ton of hats. Once I finish that, I will get them all together. Help me remember when I do to lay them all out and take a picture of them all together, because I think that would be cool. And then we'll get them sent to
The heart, not a dome.
to the hospital for them to use. Okay, so with those 2 finished projects, I am currently sitting at 12,265.8 meters completed for Sash Dash, which is a summer knit along that, knit, crochet, weave, spin along that is hosted by the Knit Girls podcast. So I think it ends on the 24th. I think that's right. So if I'm going to reach my 15,000 meter stretch goal, I still need to do 2,734.2 meters. My summer top will be a significant portion of that, but I don't know if I will reach 15. But I was happy with 10 and finishing my zigzag blanket. So we'll just see what happens. And that is everything that I finished for this week. So we should move on to the next segment. And now it's time for our favorite part of the show, Yummies. What are yummies, Stanny?
Yummies are our current favorite things we like, things we want to talk to you about.
Yummies. This week I got a skein of yarn in the post. So Diane of Suburban Stitcher, what are you wanting?
I was going to hold that note.
Oh. Is doing a Park Passport Yarn Club where every month she chooses a photo from a national park, and you can pre-order the yarn, and then she dyes it up and sends it out. And it's one that you can join when you want to, and you're not like obligated, which I kind of like. So this month it was Hawaii Volcanoes National Park, and this is on her sock base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 460 yards, 100 grams. It's this beautiful darker purple and lavender and yellow with orange. I love that orange there. And a little bit of white showing through. Yes, it's very pretty. I have 2 other skeins of yarn from other dyers that are kind of in this same color family, and I'm wondering maybe about doing a 3-color shawl or wrap with them. So I need to look though and see if they would work, but I like it a lot. Okay. Next up, I told y'all that I was getting back into cross stitch, and so yesterday when we went to knitting group, which meets at our local Barnes and Noble, I looked at the cross stitch magazines because I love, if you've known me for any length of time, you probably know that autumn is my favorite time of year, and so I wanted to see their kind of autumn, if they had their autumn Halloween special issues out of any of the cross stitch magazines they carry, and they did. They have just cross stitch Halloween, and I marked a few to show you. So first up is this sheepish pumpkin. How cute is that? I probably wouldn't stitch it though on this color of fabric because it's really hard to see the white of the sheep. And I probably won't put, if I do stitch it, I probably won't put the faces on the pumpkins. And I probably won't do the bats either. I'll probably just do the sheep and the cat and the pumpkins. So there's that one. And then this one is just stunning. This is a lot more like a tapestry type one. So it's called Tunnel of Trees. I didn't look at what size it is. 10 inches by 8 inches.
That's not
So that's
bad.
not too bad.
That's a sheet of paper.
Not too bad. This one, except for well, let me show it to you first. I was born with Halloween in my heart. I feel like though I should change it and do it. I was born with autumn in my heart and do like pumpkins and gourds and such on it. Oh look, it's done on vintage Edinburgh linen. Okay, oops, I missed one. There's right there. There is this one. This is called To Market to Market. And we were looking through it last night at knitting group, and we decided that instead of the black bird, there should be a sheep, and then there should be a kitty under the tree. That one is 5.5 by 7.5 inches. And then there's a whole lot more than this. This is just the ones that I picked out that I really like. There is the black cat bookmark, which is really cute. I probably wouldn't do it on a bookmark. I probably would just stitch it. Let's see, 5 1/3 inch by 1.5 inch. And then the last one I marked is another sheep one. It's a Halloween bookmark, and it's 4 sheep. There's 2 sheep there with pumpkins. And that one is 5 1/3 by 1 7/8 inches. But I really liked, and I didn't realize this until after I'd looked through the whole magazine, that on the back, the last page, they have a project gallery where you can see like all the different things. I probably will not get a subscription to the magazine because I really only want kind of like the Halloween and the Christmas ones. But
then you're gonna see the spring and I'm like, oh, I want that too.
see, because if you do the subscription, the Halloween one's not included. But the Christmas ones are. We'll see. Anyway, I picked that up. Okay. So
Should I get her?
yeah. Why don't you get her?
While you tell her tragic tale.
Oh, our poor baby Pink Pearl. she hiding? So on Sunday, she's okay. I'll preface it with that. She is okay. But on Sunday morning, our poor baby had a seizure and really terrified all of us. There she is. Say hi, Pinky. Oh, can you say hello? Look right here. Look right here. Look. No, I don't want to look, Dammy. You don't want to look?
Keep talking.
No. She had a seizure, and it scared us. That's right, it did. So we had to do a very unexpected vet visit and have some lab work done. Right now, they are just saying that it was a single seizure, and if she has another one, then we will discuss treatment. But it was an unexpected expense. I think you should probably put her down.
Bye.
Ow! That was my knee,
Pink.
Pinky. We had an unexpected...
Fun living with a cat.
The vet visit and the tests were an unexpected expense. And so we thought we would have a little sale to try to help offset the cost of that. So what we're going to do is all of our single patterns and ebooks that you can purchase on Ravelry are going to be 25% off with the coupon code, all capital letters, Pink Pearl, Pinkpurl. So not like the
Stones.
is it a stone? Bead, not like the whatever, but the stitch, Purl, Pink Pearl. 25% off. You can use it as many times as you want through Friday the 16th of August at 11:59 p.m. So thank you if you can help us out. And we have a very small stock of our 3 print books. And so they're going to be first come, first serve. But we're going to offer a discount on them. All 3 of them, you get the Ravelry download code as well with them. So the first one is Coffee with Cece. And this has 6 sock patterns and the shawl pattern. And then there is Coffee with Cece and Dammy 2. And it has 5 sock patterns, fingerless mitts, and a wrap pattern. And this one right here is baby all the way through adult sized. So each of those 2, hold on, let me hold it up again. These 2 are each $14 each on sale. You guys.
Does that price include shipping?
I was going to cover that momentarily. I was going to show the other book too. Tickled Pink has 8 patterns in it. It has a shawl, a wrap, a cowl, 2 hat options, and 4 sock patterns. And this one is $16 on sale. So if you wanted all 3 books on sale, would be $42. So what we're going to have you do, if you're interested in these, any of them, I need you to email us at, I'm going to put it on the screen, grande@javapearldesigns.com, GARANDE, so like the coffee size when you go to the Bucks of Stars, at javapearldesigns.com. Email me, first come, first serve. Tell me which of the 3, or if you want, the 2 coffee ones, or the first coffee one and the Tickled Pink, whatever. Tell me what you want, and put your shipping address in there, and then I will calculate how much shipping will be. We'll ship them first class mail with tracking. And I will then send you a PayPal invoice for the books and the shipping cost. And that way, because they don't all weigh the same thing, so it's hard to say, try to tell y'all anyway. So just email us if you want. So we only have 4 of the Coffee with Cece one available. We have 8 of the Coffee with Cece and Dammy 2, and we have 9 of the Tickled Pink. So if you are interested in 1 or 2 or 3 of these books, again, just email us at grande@javapearldesigns.com, and they all 3 come with the Ravelry download code. So Thanks for loving Pink Pearl with us, and thanks for your support. And we hope you'll enjoy whatever patterns or books you get. Yes. Okay. Any other things for Yummies besides our normal stuff?
No.
Okay. Let's talk about then hashtag GGK Crafty Pad. What is it, Dammy?
It stands for Geeky Girls Knit Crafty Photo a Day Challenge. We have a list of photo prompts for each month, so you take a look at the prompt for that day, take a picture related to it, and post it anywhere you like, but we pick our favorites from Instagram.
Yes. And August, the theme is celebration, because we'll be celebrating our 7th podiversary at the end of the month. We've been doing this for 7 years. So there's all kinds of like celebration stuff as well as just kind of our normal month to month, some colors, numbers, letters, crafty related stuff. So, yeah. So, Dammy, what are we about to show them?
2 photos from us that we liked and 5 photos from other people that we liked.
Here come the photos. Those were our favorite photos. Great job, everybody. Mm-hmm. It's never too late to join in. You just take a look at the prompt for the day. Today, the 1st of August, when we're recording this, it's outside, I believe.
I think so.
Let me double check for you. Yes, outside. You interpret that prompt however you want. We're very cheater friendly on this. You take... It's on silent, but it was ringing. Take your picture, post it on Instagram, make sure in the captions you use hashtag GGK Crafty Pad, and yours might get chosen. If you're participating in GGK Crafty Pad and you have a private account on Instagram, you need to make sure that Dammy's Doodles is following you, because otherwise we can't see your photos. So send her a private message and she will get you taken care of. And then upcoming events, the first weekend in October is the Fall Pacific Northwest Yarn Crawl. The third weekend in October is the Fiber Fusion Northwest at Evergreen State Fairgrounds in Monroe, Washington. And then I'm attending a one-day knitting retreat in November. Okay, that is everything for Yummies, I believe. So let's move on to the next segment.
Now we're going to talk about what we are reading, watching, and listening to.
So what are you reading, Dammy?
So I finished Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman.
What did you think?
It was fun. Yeah. Funny.
Yeah.
And now I am rereading Much Ado About Nothing by Shakespeare because I got a physical copy of it.
You had talked about listening to it. Did you decide not to do that?
No, this is one I've already read.
Oh.
And I'm familiar with it. I was talking about Shrew.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. And are you reading anything else?
The Glass Scientists, which is a webcomic by Sabrina Katungo.
So I assume you are getting your 15 minutes a day in?
Yes.
What am I referring to?
The July, August, September RAL read along.
So this is a challenge for you to read at least 15 minutes a day, every day. I don't care what you read as long as you're reading. Audiobooks do count. And we are having seasonal alongs as well as a year-long read-along. And there are prizes that you can win. All the details are in the show notes, as well as in the Ravelry group. You post once in the finish line, and then you edit that post. Yeah. And there's ways to win to get extra bonus entries in the year long and all of that. So check that out today. Okay, what I am reading. I am reading Hello Mornings, How to Build a Grace-Filled, Life-Giving Morning Routine by Kat Lee. This was recommended to me by Mary at Knit Group, who is a podcast viewer as well. Hello, Mary. And so I'm reading that from the library. I am rereading Liturgy of the Ordinary, Sacred Practices in Everyday Life by Tish Harrison Warren. We're doing a book group thing together at church on Sundays with some other people that wanted to read it, and so we're having a discussion group on it, so I'm rereading it. I'm continuing to reread Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the fourth book in the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. I'm rereading that along with Harry Potter and the Sacred Text podcast and Swish and Flick and All Potter podcast. So I had read last week The Pensive and listened to Sacred Text, and Swish and Flick did half of the chapter, but they haven't posted the second half because they did an event, a Harry Potter event this last week, and recorded a live podcast episode. So they released that this week, so I'm waiting for them to release the second half of that, of the Pensive episode, to listen to it and then get back on track. And I think I said I had like 6 chapters or something left, maybe something like that in this book. So I'm also rereading The Fiery Cross, which is the 5th book in the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. I'm going to be collaborating with Julia from Pandia's Jewels on a pattern for the 5th season of the show, so I'm rereading that for inspiration. I finished reading The Dry, which is the first book in the Aaron Falk series by Jan Harper, set in Australia. It had some twists and turns I wasn't expecting. I finished reading book 10 of the Cat Who... series by Lillian Jackson Braun. I finished reading The Book of Speculation by Erica Swiler. I'm trying to think. I'm almost certain it was Opera Joe from Stitching the High Notes podcast who was reading it, and she posted about it, and it looked interesting, so I got it. It is one of those books where, like, you have a chapter of present day, and then you have a chapter in the past. But it's about circus life. It was pretty good. And then I just started last night reading, I guess I could have combined these together, the second book in the Aaron Falk series by Jan Harper called Force of Nature, but I just barely started it. So, again, set in Australia though. And this time it's about a hiker that went missing. So, okay, watching. I watched the Hallmark movie Rome in Love this week. It was pretty cute. It was about, they were remaking Roman Holiday, and so they were doing this thing where they wanted an unknown actress to play the Audrey Hepburn role, because that's how it was when it was originally filmed. So that was kind of the premise of it. It was cute. I finished watching seasons 4 and 5 of The 100, caught up on season 6, and now I think there's like 1 or 2 episodes of season 6 left that are airing currently. So I'll be finishing up. Our neighbors are being loud upstairs. So because she's adorable. Since I finished that, I started watching Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan, which is a Amazon Prime show, and I thought it had 2 seasons available, but only the first season was available, and the second one is coming sometime, hopefully soon. So I watched all of season 1, and now I need to wait for season 2. So since I finished that, I needed another show to watch. So I started watching The Orville, which is a show done by...
McFarlane?
Yeah, of... What's that cartoon show that he does?
I don't know.
Family Guy, I think is what it's called. Anyway, this is a spoof on Star Trek. And it has a lot of Star Trek people involved in it, either as actors or directors or whatever, and it is totally just a spoof. It reminds me a lot of the movie Galaxy Quest. So I am watching that, and it's pretty funny because it kind of combines the comedy with the science fiction. So I just barely started watching that. Do you want to talk about the next thing?
We are watching Series 3 of Victoria. We've got one more episode.
Yep, and then we have to decide what you and I are going to watch together next. We will have a discussion about that. I started...
Huge, but she's so nutty.
Pink Pearl has now rolled over and is watching us record. What are you people talking about?
Is it me?
We already talked about you. We talked about you a lot.
Should
Yes,
talk
we
about
did.
me more.
What would you like us to say about you?
Not that I'm nutty.
You watch TV with us?
No, I see.
So Pink Pearl and the Dr. Hubs and I are watching Series 1 of Father Brown, which has
His name is Mark.
Williams
Yeah.
from
One
Doctor
episode
Who,
of Cabin Pressure.
from Doctor Who
Harry Potter.
and Harry Potter.
He was in Harry Potter first. He was in one episode of Doctor Who. He was in Harry Potter first.
Was he only in one episode of Doctor Who? I thought he was in more than one. Let's check.
Oh wait, a couple episodes maybe?
Let's check. Let's just see.
Uh,
So this is actually a remake of an older show. Let's see. Doctor Who, where are you, Doctor Who?
Would probably be listed under 2005.
Yeah, probably. I missed it. Hold on. Oh, there it is. He was in 2 episodes.
See 2 episodes.
Dinosaurs on a Spaceship and The Power of 3. There he is.
I think people would know him more from Harry Potter though.
Yes, who does he play in Harry Potter, Dammy?
Arthur Weasley.
But so this is a remake of an older show set. It's inspired by the stories of G.K. Chesterton. A Catholic priest has a knack for solving mysteries in his English village. It's set, I think, like in the 50s. So the Dr. Hubs and I've started watching that together. Okay, you talk for a while.
We're watching season 7 of Elementary. Reichenbach is upset with Sherlock and Jones' investigation. Things happen. Watching season 6 of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Is there only one more episode?
No, it's 2 episodes, but airing at the same time.
Okay.
I'm ready for this storyline to be done.
Yeah.
But the lady who played Bobby,
Yeah.
she is in the Orville.
I know.
There you go. I am watching season 2 of Instinct. They're adopting a baby. So exciting. I'm watching season 5 of Good Witch, and I'm watching series 5 of Poldark. George is very sick.
Who is George?
George, he's the mean one, but his wife died, and
Oh.
he is having some mental health issues, and believes that she's still alive and that he sees her and talks to her, and he tried to end his own life because he was so distressed. So that's very sad. And listening to, of course, my favorite murder podcast. Right now they are doing their top 3 episodes as voted on. And so the episode that I re-listened to today was set in Hawaii and the Galapagos Islands. This is technically not listening to, but watching the back catalog of Priscilla and Chelsea, the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch podcast. It's actually called a Floss Tube, is what they apparently call them, because they're on YouTube.
Okay.
A Floss Tube instead of a podcast. This is a mother-daughter Floss Tube. And so I've been watching the back catalog of it and listening to the Hadestown original Broadway cast recording. Dammy, what have you been listening to?
Pink's cries for someone to play with her.
Okay, can I find that on Amazon?
Yes. We're gonna get rich from it. Cabin Pressure, the 6th studio album.
Okay, tell me about this. I don't know what this is.
That's the playbill I got with the themes.
Okay.
And it's coming to Broadway, but I thought it would have done better off Broadway, but we will see.
Okay. So this is a fairly new one then?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Nice Work If You Can Get It, original Broadway cast recording. And The Gentlemen Prefer Blondes Encores cast recording.
Yes. Alrighty. Well, I think that is everything that we are reading, watching, and listening to. So we should probably move on to the next segment.
And now we're going to talk about our June, July, August.
Summertime and the living is easy.
Owl. You have one more month. One more month. This is an owl. It started on the 1st of June and it runs through the 31st of August. And it's for any project that you can knit, crochet, weave, or spin that you can convince us is related to summer. There are a couple of rules. The first is that no whips are allowed. Your project must have been begun no earlier than the 1st of June and then finish no later than the 31st of August. Unless you are knitting the My Favorite Murder mystery wrap, which you can enter as long as you finish it by the end of August.
Yes.
And each project of at least 20 yards that you finish and post into the FO thread counts as one entry, but if your project is not at least 20 yards, you need to group it in a single post with other projects that together total at least 20 yards. 20. You can feel free to poly different other alongs that are going on as long as it fits the rules. That's totally fine. We need to talk about our prizes.
Yes. So, do you want to start or do you want me to?
I'll start. So we have Audine Wools by Knit Crate, Sci DK yarn. We have 2 skeins of the Ladybug colorway, and 2 winners will each win 1 skein.
We have Mode Dea Sassy Stripes DK yarn in the Crown colorway. There's 2 skeins that will be won by 1 winner. This was donated by Trisha, who is PAZ Scott on Ravelry.
Yes. We have stitch markers that were made and donated by Teresa, who is Jazzy Creations. It's Knitting Diva and made with love.
We have a set of D. Marie Prokop's book, The Shorter Things collection, and a stitch marker set donated by her.
And then we have a set of 2 D. Marie Prokop books and another stitch marker set from her.
We have the Out Tonight pattern by Monique Leonard, who is Windswept Monique on Ravelry.
We have a baby crochet book and a skein of DK Special by Style Craft in the white colorway from Carlene, who is Carlene Page.
And we have a My Only Goal Is Just to Be pattern. It's Rent inspired, also by Monique Leonard, who is Windswept Monique on Ravelry.
Wow, thank you so much to our prize donors. We appreciate you, and we couldn't do this without you. If you are interested in donating a prize for a future owl, you can PM Java Pearl on Ravelry or email us at geekygirlsknit@gmail.com.
Yes, and if you want to know more about the prizes, see larger photos and details, go to our show notes.
geekygirlsknit.com.
Yes.
So you must be a member of the Geeky Girls Knit podcast group on Ravelry in order to participate. There is a hashtag if you'd like to tag your projects or post on social media. It is GGK Summertime 19. The FO thread is going to be locked on the morning of the 1st of September, and winners will be drawn for the next podcast after that. And any winners will have 30 days to claim their prize, or they forfeit it. We have a chatter thread on Ravelry where you can discuss the progress of your projects and where I give shout-outs to people who finish projects, but I also do that here. So, A. Bingham, Artsy Reevy, Asteride, D. Door4, DJID, I Now Hour, Philippa MC, Harps 57, I Knit Socks 2, Jodidiah, Jody333, Knit Central, Knit Live Love, Lil Angelus G2, El McCall, Lil Mermaid, Mamma Mia 64, Nicole S, Hanushka, Phoenix Fire, Psycho Hulakian, Sheer 2014, Silver Luna 2112, VT Kimmy Kim, and Yellcat 2.
Great job, everybody. Keep working on those projects. You have a month to go to get them finished, and you might be a winner. All right, let's move on to the next segment.
And now it's time for Ask the Geeky Girls, the part of our show where you ask us things and we try to answer them.
Yes, so what is this week's questions?
This week's questions comes from Denise, who is Fuzzy Kit from Michigan. CC and Tammy.
Yes.
That's us. You both like coffee and tea. That is very obvious. What is your preferred method for making either drink at home? I like a good pour-over method or a French press. The only reason I don't make more French press is because of the cleanup. I hate cleaning the French press out. Me too. but I know there are other methods out there. Having worked in a coffee roaster's retail shop, I do know a lot about them.
Okay, let's stop there and answer that one.
Oh.
Because there's several, so that way we don't have to repeat them over. So we make our hot coffee in just a regular coffee pot because we drink so much of it. It's like a 14 cup, 12 cup,
12.
And we, between the three of us, drink it all every day. But at school, you make yours in a French press because she wasn't going to the cafeteria for breakfast every morning and she couldn't get coffee without doing that or paying for Starbucks or whatever.
Please me, I have a question. So
I bought her a French press for her birthday and a hot water kettle.
Mm-hmm.
We also have a French press. Do we, or am I thinking in Edinburgh?
I think in Edinburgh.
Okay.
They have a cold brew.
That's what I was about to say too. So we also have a cold brew pitcher that has like the inset thing where you put the grounds. But I don't tend to drink a lot of cold brew at home. Even in the summer, I drink hot coffee at home. So, okay, what's the next question?
Do you prefer a cold brew or a hot brew? How do you take your coffee and tea? Black or with additives such as cream, sugar, honey, lemon?
Okay. My hot coffee at home, I use unsweetened vanilla almond milk in it.
Same.
My cold brew, which I tend to get at
The Bucks of Stars.
The Bucks of Stars, I get it with sugar-free vanilla syrup in it. Tea, I tend to drink more flavored teas than I do regular teas. My preferred tea when I drink it is Good Earth Sweet and Spicy, which really doesn't need any additives to it for me. What about for you?
Hot coffee, same as you, unless I'm at work. So I put honey and half in it because it tastes good with our coffee. At work, I also drink cold brew. We don't have cold brew. We have leftover coffee from the day before that we put in the fridge. And I put vanilla syrup and half in it.
What about tea?
Tea. Depends on what kind of tea. Earl Grey, I like either a little bit of vanilla syrup and a little bit of half, or I like... Is it the same number?
I don't think so. I think it's a different number.
I like honey and a little bit of half and Earl Grey too. English breakfast, I can drink that just with cream, or sometimes I put honey in it. If I have brown sugar, I'll put like 1 in it.
Yeah.
I don't like iced tea. I'm a bad Southern person.
I don't drink iced tea very often, but when I do, I want it
Chicken Express sweet.
super sweet. Okay, what's the next question?
Out of the current drinks out at cafes, what is your current favorite? Also, what is your all-time favorite at cafes? This doesn't have to be at a big chain store either. One of my favorite drinks is at a local 24-hour coffee house. The drink is called an Irish car bomb, and the cafe is called Bitter End. Cece, I think you know yours, but you might surprise me.
Okay. My
current favorite
is cold brew with sugary vanilla syrup.
Sugar-free. You said
Sugar-free.
sugary vanilla.
Sugar-free. What is your favorite? Current.
I've just been getting frappuccinos, and I should probably stop that.
But my all-time favorite at cafes is, drumroll please, pumpkin spice lattes.
Wow. I had no idea.
I could never have guessed.
Wow. That's
So,
amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
But during the spring and summer, I tend to drink cold brew at the Bucks of Stars, and then pumpkin spice lattes. Although pumpkin spice frappuccinos, I have usually 1 or 2 of those a season.
Okay. In Edinburgh, one spring, there was a honey blossom macchiato. That was the best drink I had ever tasted. It was amazing, and then it went away, and I couldn't find any information on it anywhere, and any more UK Starbucks or in any American Starbucks. So I tried remaking that drink so much, and I have failed, and I just want the Honey Blossom Macchiato back.
Okay. So what is your drink then that you...
What I should probably maybe go back to, because I like it, is a cinnamon dolce latte.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Yeah. Okay, so did we answer all the questions?
Yeah.
I think so. Wow. That was a good one. Okay, Dammy, if somebody has a question for us, what should they do?
Go to our Ask the Geeky Girls thread in our Revelry group and post it.
Thank you so much to Denise for the question. We will be answering more of Denise's questions for the next few weeks because she asked some... She did a bunch of questions all in one post, and they're all really good questions too. So, stay tuned for that. All right, let's move on to the next segment. Made it to the end of the show.
But first, we have giveaway winners.
Gosh, you guys, this episode. Thanks for sticking with us.
Giveaway winners.
Okay, the lovely Delissa.
Mm-hmm.
I got it right. She told us it's like Melissa, but with a D. Delissa.
Who is mom of 3 silly boys on Etsy and Instagram.
She gave us these 3 Schmarker sets to give away to y'all. And the winners, I'll just grab one at random and send it to you. So we're about to tell you the 3 winners. What we did is I had Siri give me a random number between 2 and how many ever entries there were. And if you're one of these winners, I need you to PM me Java Pearl on Ravelry with your full name and mailing address, and I'll just randomly grab a set and send it out in the post to you. You have 30 days to claim your prize, or you forfeit it, and we'll use it for a giveaway at a later date. Okay, Dammy, who are the 3 winners?
Okay, host number 5, AA Lauzon, number 23, Yellcat2, and number 34, Panushka.
So congratulations, AA Lauzon, Yellcat2, and Panushka. Please PM me Java Pearl on Ravelry with your full name and mailing address, and I will send you out your stitch marker set. And again, thank you so much to Delissa for donating those for our giveaway. Do we have any other announcements? Just a reminder about the Pink Pearl sale. If you would like one or more of these books, email us, grande@javapearldesigns.com. And then you can save 25% off all of our Ravelry patterns and ebooks with the coupon code Pink Pearl through Friday the 16th at 11:59 p.m.
If Pink were up here, she would be.
Yep. They belong to her. These are our copies that sit on the shelf.
They belong to Pink.
Oh, they're Pink's copies. They sit on the shelf with our pom-pom quarterlies.
With Pink's pom-pom quarterlies.
Those belong to her too. Okay, do we have any other announcements?
I don't think so.
We don't have to reschedule. We don't have to change our schedule for your...
No, they wanted to do on a Thursday, but I told them, how about Friday?
Dammy has to have her wisdom teeth taken out.
It'll
But
be
but we'll
fun.
be able to record normally for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we should be on schedule as normal. Okay, well then let's talk about our normal stuff. A huge thank you. We love you guys. To everyone who supports the podcast, but especially to those of you who support us financially, because unfortunately it does cost money to do a podcast, like shipping to ship out prizes, and other stuff like that. There are 3 main ways you can support the podcast financially. First is Patreon, which is a site where you pledge a certain amount a month to your favorite creatives, and you earn rewards based on what level you donate at. If you'd like to know more info or would like to sign up, go to
patreon.com/geekygirlsnet.
What's another way, Abby?
There's a PayPal button in the sidebar of our website if you would like to make a one-time donation.
And we are amazon.com.co.uk and .ca affiliates. If you're going to shop on Amazon, if you go to our site first, look in the sidebar or at the bottom of the show notes for your appropriate Amazon and do your shopping as normal, and we will earn a little money back based on what you purchase. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and it's a great way to support the podcast by doing something you'd be doing anyway, especially since it's back to school shopping time.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Dammy, why don't you tell them where to find us online?
You can find us at geekygirlsnet.com. There are links to everywhere else we are online: YouTube, iTunes, Ravelry, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
That's right. Well, with that, we're going to tell you goodbye. We hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Happy crafting, and we will talk to you again next time. Bye.
Bye. Got you looking cute. I got you.
Are you being a cute baby? Are you trying to make up for being naughty earlier?
You've been so naughty. Oh no, she's gonna bunny kick. Oh no, she's bunny kicking me. Oh no, oh no.